It's MCC Day. We're so excited for MCC. So we talk about the rest of the teams that were announced about a week ago and talk about who we think will win. But first, we talk about everything that is happening over at Las Nevadas and those encroaching onto their land. We discuss the roommates just chilling in jail when they get an unexpected visitor and their new plan to escape. Of course, we talk about the long-awaited meetup with live reactions to the announcement and end with where we want the lore to go and what we would love to see them cover based on plot holes that have been left unfilled. We cover as much as we can, so while you are playing Minecraft or drawing that insane fan art, you can catch up on things you might have missed. If you do enjoy, please consider liking. If you do enjoy, please like the video and consider subscribing. As they say, it's free and you can always change your mind later. This is episode 6. The last one was filmed 2 weeks ago almost. It was the day of the Tommy Foolish, everybody streamed that day, which was made me laugh.
It always seems to happen that whenever we record an episode, everything happens.
Seriously, it made me laugh. I was like, right when we finished filming, Tommy went live, and I was like, okay, whatever, Tommy, whatever, do you. But Tommy was live, and then Foolish was live, and then Tubbo went live either after that or the day before or something, and then Rambu went live, and it was all just kind of focusing on Las Nevadas.
We got a lot of Las Nevadas lore.
And the Tommy, I was watching Foolish's point of view of it, but had Tommy's point of view pulled up, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I did.
And I don't know, it made me laugh because the pants, dude, when Tommy was invis. Where is it? There it is. So Tommy was around Las Nevadas, and so now him and Tubbo and Rambu are on the same side. Is that correct? I don't know if I misinterpreted that.
Kind of, I think. I mean, I think he's more with Wilbur at this point.
Yeah.
And I think Tommy and Rambu has this whole cookie outpost thing going. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's more of they are already all friends, but they have different goals. But they're like, oh, we both want to be in this Las Nevadas thing, so we'll just be allies specifically for this reason.
So does Tubbo and Rambu want to be in the Las Nevadas thing, or are they watching over the Las Nevadas thing?
Honestly, I'm not sure about that, because their whole thing is, oh, it's just cookies, but it's kind of like a very I don't know, a very specific spot, and I don't know if they have any ulterior motive.
Yeah.
To be there.
Tubbo did say when he first started making it that it was supposed to be a watchtower. It wasn't it was gonna be the cookie outpost is a cover up for a watchtower to watch over Las Nevadas.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Rambu knows that it's that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because later on in, I think it's Quackity's alt stream when he ended up doing lore in it, they confronted Rambu, and Rambu's all why does it matter if we have walls? And then, that whole conversation. So he kept trying to defend it, and Quackity was like, dude, come on, you're, encroaching on my land and stuff. So, yeah, maybe Rambu doesn't really understand fully the intentions behind what Tubbo's doing.
Yeah.
And kind of
I don't know. I think Tubbo has, an actual, plan with this, and then he just kind of, I guess, didn't fully fill in Rambu.
And Rambu's just kind of, following him just because...
Yeah.
They're married or whatever.
Yeah, he trusts Tubbo. Sometimes a bit too much, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I don't know. I am still kind of confused with Tubbo. I think it's a good development for Tubbo because Tubbo's character needs to be developed more, I feel like.
I just want him to do more lore.
And so this is a good way for him to get involved in more lore. But so in the one stream, Tommy's around Las Nevadas, Foolish, Fundy, and Quackity are talking about him and following him around because they're nervous about him being there. Rambu and Tubbo joined, which makes Quackity, Fundy, and Foolish a little nervous, and they feel like they're gonna take over. Rightfully so, because you have the two different groups like around them for some reason.
Yeah.
Tommy wants to build a ghost burst statue, which I thought was interesting. He said that he wanted to do that. And then over on the Foolish and Fundy and Quackity side, they were preparing for to intimidate them. So they were getting like weapons and armor and stuff. And Fundy has Schlatt's sword from when he died.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting why they made such a big deal about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it will have some significance later.
I'm wondering that too.
Because he made it such a big thing, like telling everyone, showing them, and everything. So I don't think he'd do that just for like.
And then Quackity still has that thing with Schlatt that he was supposed to do a while ago.
Revive him.
So we'll see. I don't know. I think that's important. Foolish wants to. This I thought was funny. Foolish wants to use Dream's head to mess with Tommy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was so funny. It's like
it's so dark though. It's so dark. I'm gonna manipulate him to giving me back Charlie. It's so dark.
We're gonna traumatize him and use Dream's head. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh, Foolish, what a dude. Tommy's wanting to spy on Las Nevadas. He gets invis potions. He becomes invisible, and then Purple joins. Joins all of a sudden, which was a really funny way. I can't remember what he said, but he said something really funny when he joined, and it made me laugh. And then Slime joins too, and Slime says he's scared of pants, which is interesting. Which another thing is interesting. So he ends up meeting Foolish and Tommy, and he says Tommy from everywhere, and then as the stream progresses, he ends up saying Tommy from nowhere.
Yeah, that's sad. That's very sad for his character.
Yes, and I saw this thing and it was like, well, what if Sam or Charlie knows what Quackity wants from him, and so he's saying this to make Tommy feel like he has nowhere else to go, to get Tommy on their side, because Charlie's character is kind of scary because he knows all.
True.
So
except for Rambo.
Yeah, except for Rambo, because Rambo, he didn't know anything about him, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. He was even like, oh, were you there during the Wilbur's revival? And he's like, yeah. And Charlie didn't see him, which kind of weird because Rambo was there. But yeah, so it's Charlie might know what he's supposed to do for Las Nevadas and is trying to get Tommy on his side. Because why wouldn't he have said oh, from Exile or from L'Manberg or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah.
With that, I think that Charlie, when he's saying, oh, for character from this place, I think he's more saying what their home is. And since Tommy has been gone through so much, and I felt like he never really thought of L'Manberg as his home because it was more of Wilbur's thing. And he just wanted to. He was like, "Oh, it's Wilbur, and Wilbur is my brotherly figure, so of course I'm gonna follow him." And that's why Charlie says he's from nowhere, because he's never actually had a home for himself.
Oh, that makes it so much sadder.
No,
that's so sad. Yeah.
I think it's more something because he said, for example, for Quackity, he said Quackity from Las Nevadas, and then for Fundy, it's Fundy from L'Manberg. So I was wondering if it had something more to do with what they consider to be their home, or what they consider to be the place that they're most connected to, I guess.
So then Tommy just doesn't feel like he has a home.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Which kind of makes sense because everything he's doing right now, he keeps talking about how when he was like, well, Quackity didn't let that protagonist when he was Pants stay in Las Nevadas, and Quackity's like, I tried, but then Tommy said that he was going to choose family over anybody else, And so I feel like he's kind of still confused with that because he doesn't know what is family and what's not, and what's not, almost. I don't know.
Also, like with the Charlie thing where he says foolish from a long time ago, I feel like that also is trying to say that foolish doesn't have like a specific home either, because everyone around him will eventually die, and he's just there because, well, he's supposed to be immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, again, kind of a sad way to look at like immortality.
Yeah.
Dang. That just brought a whole like different look onto Charlie's character, you know, because I was looking at him more from being like knowing all, which is more like scary, and then that just makes it like a lot sadder.
Yeah.
Dang. Sad time.
I love his character so much.
Me too. I'm excited to see what he does with it because he's a good actor. And
yeah, he really is.
I'm excited. Oh, so about like him calling foolish from a long time ago. They were like, oh, have we met before? And Quackity's like, oh, do you know Foolish's past? But he wouldn't answer. He would just like stay quiet and then move on.
Yeah.
Which
means he definitely knows something.
He knows something and doesn't want to say it, or I don't know. Foolish finds out that Charlie is able to beep in like little places, and then Tommy and Quackity are talking, and Quackity's trying to get Tommy on his side. Tommy mentions the family dynamic again, and I thought that was sad. He really wants family, and Wilbur's just using him.
Yeah, and he says he knows that he is, but I feel like he really doesn't.
No.
I feel like he knows deep down, and he just doesn't want to. He just kind of doesn't want to accept it. Almost, you know. He's just like, I don't know. It's sad.
I feel it's kind of like he knows, but he doesn't really care. Like he still wants that family connection, even if it's not like connection, even if it's not actually genuine.
Yeah.
And it goes back to when Foolish and Tommy were talking that one time when they were at Lemamber. Like he doesn't give second chances. He just keeps this one chance that he thinks something will change, even though he knows it won't.
Such a good line. I loved that scene. That whole thing was so good. So then after that, Tubbo and Quackity are also talk, and Tubbo basically like threatens Quackity with the nukes.
Yeah. Again, bad move.
Bad move, but like, I feel like if Tubbo goes on an insanity arc, not like a Wilbur insanity arc, but just like a Tubbo arc, like, that would be bad, because he would use those.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Especially since they're decommissioned.
Exactly. The thing about Tubbo is, like, he's really sweet and everything, but he also has this, like, chaotic side.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, yeah. So, I don't know, if he really does, like, get a villain arc, he will be kind of, like, a bad villain.
He'd be a scary villain.
Yeah.
He just does things without thinking. Like, the content creator, which then has a ripple effect into lore, you know?
Yeah.
Not a bad thing at all, though.
Also, I want to bring this up. Like, everyone was so mad that Foolish talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, Quackity never even brought it up. He was just like, don't care until like Tubbo himself said, "Oh, I have nukes." And then everyone was thinking about it as like a betrayal, when it really isn't. Like,
no.
He's technically a part. Well, he is a part of Lost Nevadas now. He's not part of Snowchester. He has no alliance with them anymore, and he's just trying to protect his new home because he knows something will most likely occur because he knows Tubbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that whole part, everybody's getting so mad at Foolish. I'm like, okay, but this is what his character would do because he's now on this side. He's not going to keep his old alliances as much, you know? Because, like, I mean, Tubbo and Rambu kind of screwed him over. They're the reasons that he ended up joining Lost Nevadas.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you expect, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, especially since Quackity like specifically told him tap more into your old self, like the totem of death self, and his old self was probably more calculated with like threats most likely around him because he was a warrior, as they call him, a great warrior, and warriors are usually looking at every different directions, any possibilities that can go wrong and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Foolish's character really intrigues me. I really, really like him.
Yeah, I can't wait
Same.
for more like backstory on him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so Tubbo and Quackity are talking. And during that we have a little funny interaction between like Rambu, Foolish, and Purple. They just keep throwing around like useless things from their inventory, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
Really funny because you hear Quackity and like Tubbo like talking about nukes in the background, and then they're just like playing, just hanging out. Um, and then later that night, Rambu streams, and he ends up meeting Charlie a lot more, and they just keep talking.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
There was something interesting that I found out.
Yeah.
That I noticed at least when they like introduced each other. Like when like Rambo was trying to explain to Charlie like how he's not human, but he's also not like slime, because that's what Charlie immediately thought he was.
Mhm.
And he said, "I'm half Enderman and half," and then he said like a word in Enderman, or like he like I think pressed a thing on a soundboard and it made like a noise.
Mhm.
So I think he knows what his other half is, but he can like only say it in Enderman or something, because he's like told Charlie whatever it was. We just don't know what he said.
I think I saw something about that, and it was talking about how like maybe he's found it out during his enderwalking states when he's been like forcing himself into it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if he actually told like Charlie something, or if he just like Charlie just heard like nothing, you know?
That's probably the case.
Because I wonder if Rambu even knows. I feel like Rambu knows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what Rambu's other half would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, I think that whole interaction was kind of cute. Like they're just like two really good friends, not really good friends, but they're like just two buddies now. They were just hanging out, and I don't remember, was the Rambu and Tubbo interaction when they were like when like Tubbo like told Rambu about how Techno like killed him and stuff. Was that before this or was it after?
It was right after Quackity. They finished talking.
Okay, so
Quackity.
yeah. So in that didn't so like Tubbo basically like told Rambu everything from the past, and like told him about how Quackity was there when he was killed, and how that's why he doesn't really like Quackity at the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of fair, but also.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's the thing. Like I feel like all these characters are doing things that are fair for them. You know.
See, that's the problem with the Dream SMP, because you can see everyone's perspective. Like, everyone has like a reasonable reason for doing it, so it's so hard to like pick like
a side.
Like a hero, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's from that YouTube like culture thing that they released when they talked about the Dream SMP. I think it was from that. Other people have talked about it too. But it's like that's what's so hard about, or that's what's so unique and stuff about the Dream SMP is like in most TV shows you'll see just from one side or a few, like two sides of the story, but in this you see it from 20 plus sides, and then each person you go watch, you kind of like change your ideas based off of that stream. So if you're watching Rambu, you're gonna be more like, oh yeah, I'm for Team Rambu and Tubbo, but then you go and watch like Quackity's stream, and then you're like, oh, but okay, I see why Quackity's doing this, and I don't know, it makes it a lot more complicated. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was there anything else during that whole like time that you guys wanted to talk about? Anything else that you remember stood out?
No, not really. There wasn't really that. It was mostly semi-lore, at least from that week.
Yeah. It wasn't any like big production, but it's all just like setting up for the next then the next big production thing. So after that we get Techno and Dream lore kind of a few days later, which they come out after and say that they had something planned but stuff happened, and so Dream was just like, hey, let's just do a funny random stream. But we did learn some stuff. We did learn some important stuff in that stream. It's just Techno and Dream in the prison for like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I don't know how long it was. And Techno keeps asking Dream about like, oh, so I heard Tommy died. Oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, just acting dumb, really. And gets Dream to basically tell him more about the revival book and how you like hit, or you like you use the whoever is dead, right, to bring them back. And then he's like, oh, like what happens when you do it to somebody who's alive? And he did it on himself, basically, I think, or I don't know. He did it on somebody.
I think he tried to do it on Techno and then did it on himself. I'm pretty sure, like by accident.
Yeah. So then Dream XD spawned in the prison. And so if you do it on somebody who's alive, you spawn Dream XD, which I think is gonna play in later, because Techno's a smart dude. Techno's a smart dude. I saw this thing about this. I can't remember who posted it, or if it was probably a TikTok somewhere. But so Dream XD comes and Techno's like, hey, can we get a gift? And then asked for a bell.
He's like, you can have one wish. Techno's like, I need a bell.
And then Dream XD left. It was funny.
I mean, best lore in the world. Best lore.
Wouldn't have wanted to watch anything else. Just that. No, I think it was funny. I know we were talking about this the other day. Like, if he would have been like, hey, can we get out? That would have been so boring, you know? Like, they set this whole thing up, and then they're just like, can you TP us? I would have cried. I would have cried.
I'm so happy he did this instead. I don't know why. It makes, it's amazing. I think I saw this. I think, it was also a TikTok. I think you sent it in the group, actually.
Maybe,
And it was where someone said how Techno asking for the bell was actually like a conscious, like smart decision for him. Not just, oh, I want a bell. It was so that he has to basically, Dream basically has to like give Techno like the answers of how to do the revival, so he can summon Dream XD again to get them out. Because Techno kind of wasted his like wish, I guess. So by doing that, he learns how the revive book works.
Yeah, no, so I don't know, it's cool. Sorry, go Danny.
I said I want to learn more, like, cause like we already know that there's like Dream XD lore, but I want to know more about like why he's like connected to the server, and like why he can do all these things, and like why is he specifically the protector of the end? Because people forget that they're not allowed to go to the end, and like even though there is multiple ends and everything, like you're just not allowed to go. And what happens if you do go?
Yeah.
Like, that's true. I wonder if anybody has been to the end. Like, I wonder if that's how. I wonder if at one point they're gonna go to the end and then it's gonna look different than like a normal end would be, you know?
Oh, maybe.
And maybe they've been like building stuff in there, just like obviously off stream, but probably not. I feel like they don't want to go to the end at all.
Yeah. I was wondering if it had something to do with like Rambo or like Coral even. I don't know. That the end is like connected to like the in between. I saw a bunch of theories of saying that's what the end is in the Dream SMP. It's like the in between or something.
That would be cool.
So that's why like Dream XD doesn't want anyone to go in there, because it's not like a normal end, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. The end, I like the end dimension. I think the end dimension is like my favorite dimension in Minecraft just because it's so, I don't know, it's scary because the void, but it leaves a lot of questions because all the Enderman lore and all the like all that kind of stuff. It's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So Techno and Dream, that's all, and then Techno's like, well, we're gonna make a new plan. We're gonna just dig. And then he makes Stream dig.
Just punch obsidian.
Punch obsidian, which will take just like 25 hours.
That's such a Techno thing to do. It's like, I got trapped in prison. I'm just gonna make the other guy get me out of here. I'm just gonna make him obsidian.
I mean, Techno's gotta do the bell, so.
I mean, it's the best strategy, honestly.
I know.
Agreed.
It made me laugh so hard, though. I was like, oh, Techno, and then he just kept going. It was funny. Well, next on my list was actually this, but I was just informed that it's true. So I wrote Rambo and Tubbo meetup ? And on Tubbo's stream right now, they are together. They are live streaming right now on Tubbo's stream together. So yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they are together. So that is true. Techno, Tubbo, and Rambo meetup. So that's fun. Kind of expected it to be today, in all honesty.
Yeah, same. At first, though, I thought it was a green screen.
Yeah. No, I just like opened it and it's just Rambo sitting right next to him.
Yeah, I didn't believe it until he jumped onto the bed. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's real.
Oh. That's fun. I'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the stream to see when he comes in.
Me too. I did not watch the stream.
Yeah, I just got a clip sent to me.
Oh, I like the office though. That's a cool place. That room looks nice.
It does look nice. It's expensive.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the new room that they made for Rambo.
Maybe.
Oh, that's so exciting! I'm so happy for them. I figured it was today.
Yeah.
Did Rambo stream yesterday?
No, he was hanging out with Jack and Tommy. Tubbo was out there. Yeah.
Did Rambo stream yesterday? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Rambo did stream. It's just that that's why I knew that's why I knew it was today, because he streamed at like 2 p.m.
Yeah, he streamed way in the morning. He's like, I woke up early, so let's stream. I was like, yeah, okay, dude, whatever you say.
Yeah, okay.
In other words, I have a flight later that I need to catch, but I don't want you guys to know that I'm leaving yet, so I'm going to stream earlier today so you don't question it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting, though.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Same.
But then MCC teams, the rest of MCC teams were released like 6 days ago on Sunday. And yes. I was kind of excited when I saw the last one. But
MCC today? I'm pretty sure it is.
MCC is today. It's in like...
Yes. Yeah. It's an hour.
In an hour, yeah. The other 5 teams that were released were Cyan Creepers, which is Laser Beam, Muscle, I don't know, CPK, and Spifey, and all 4 of them are streaming. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's nice for them. Aqua Axolotls, there was Krenios, but he ended up dropping out of it for personal reasons, so now Illumina, Gizzy Gaza, Creek Craft, and then Raiguru Rocky? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. There's and then the Creek Craft and Raiguru Rocky are streaming that. So that's exciting for Illumina.
True.
Sucks that Dream's not going to be in it to be able to compete with Illumina, but that's fine.
maybe next MCC though. Next time
Illumina will be able to come back.
Hopefully.
Blue Bats is A Christine, Shovel, Niachu, and Smager, and A Christine and Smager is streaming. Oh, that's a good team. I think I missed that team last time.
I've never seen A Christine plays, because I know that she does reactions and stuff. But I've never seen her like play like Minecraft. I know she has games.
Yeah, I've never seen her. A lot of people on this. I've heard of some of them, but I've never seen them play Minecraft before.
Yeah.
Uh, Purple Pandas is Jerome, ASF, man, my childhood. Mefs, Burin, and Errit. And Jerome, Mefs, and Burin are streaming.
Yep.
That's a good team, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is good. Especially if they do good. And oh wait, Spleef isn't in this one.
No, it's not.
Never mind.
Oh.
And then the team, my favorite, I'm going to be watching these guys. Pink Parrots, Green Solidarity, Technoblade, the Blood God is back, and then Wilbursa and Green Solidarity and Techno are streaming.
That's amazing. Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to be watching Pink Parrots as well then.
When I tell you, I was at church and I have notifications on for MCC and I looked down and I saw Technoblade. I was about to cry. I thought it was a joke because one of the people I follow had posted a joke one of Techno being on Pink Parrots with Wilbur and a few others, and I legitimately thought it was real. I was like, yes, and I was like, wait, this isn't MCC, and then I cried a little bit, but then they did this, and I did not believe it. I kept refreshing, and I kept looking at it. I was like, is this real?
Oh God, it was crazy.
It makes me happy that Wilbur and him.
This is the first time I heard Techno's in the event, so now I'm excited.
Oh, you didn't know Techno was in it?
No, I didn't. I don't know how I missed it.
I'm so happy, dude. I know a lot of people don't like him, and that's totally fine, but I'm so happy. I saw that, and it made me, I don't know, I'm so happy that he's coming back. And it's funny because a few days before that, Wilbur was doing a GeoGuessr stream, and Techno was in it with it was 4 out of 4 SBI, and
yes, I saw that.
It was so cool.
I watched that and I rewatched that because I missed some of it, and I was like, Techno was in it? What? But it's funny because Wilbur is like, hey Techno, do you have any championships or any events coming up? And Techno's like, not that I know of. And then 2 days later they announce that he's in this.
The team.
Yeah, I was like, Wilbur, you son of a. Yeah, no, it was funny. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's also nice because this one's not going to be as what's the word? Competitive. And I know that's the reason. Yeah, this one's just for fun. And I know that's a reason Techno dropped out of it because he gets a lot of pressure to do well.
Exactly.
So,
like
what we did last time with MCC, who are you watching and who do you expect to win?
Well, I'm definitely watching Pink Parrots now.
Yep.
Now that I know, Oh, who's gonna win? That's hard though. I think Blue Bats is quite a good team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's A Christine Games, Nia Chu, Shovel, and S Major. They're quite a good team. Pink Parrots is quite a good team. I think Red Rabbits could also have a chance.
Yeah.
I think I think Pink Parrots is gonna win because they're a very strong team, especially with different. They all have different skill sets. The only thing that may weigh them down is if something bad happens in Ace Race, because they also redid it for this one. So it's gonna maybe everyone may be a little confused. But I think that I would say Lime Llamas, which is Joey, Graceffa, Tommy, Tubbo, and Wisp. They're a strong team, but I think that it may weigh them down a little bit because I don't think Joey's played in some of them, but not that many enough. To get, especially since not all the games are being played this year.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna watch Techno's, and then right after that, I'm rewatching it from Tommy's POV because he's uploading right after that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna probably rewatch it a bunch of times to see people's perspective.
I watch MCCs a lot. I've rewatched a few of Techno's VODs and stuff of MCC just because I find them very enjoyable, even though I know who wins. But just they're funny. They're fun. It's fun to see how the people play differently. But yeah, no, so I'm probably gonna watch Pink Parrots. I am gonna watch from Technoblade, and then same as Danny, I'm gonna go back and watch Tommy's after. I was gonna watch Lime Llamas before they announced Techno. I think Pink Parrots have a pretty high chance of winning.
Yeah.
I could see Purple Pandas or Blue Bats. I feel like anybody who has more than like one or two of the main people have a higher chance of winning this time.
Yeah.
Just because
the thing is though, I know so many people like are new to this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's gonna be like a disadvantage or like.
I feel like it would be a disadvantage just because it's like
most definitely.
Like there's a few teams that all four of them it's their first time, and like they don't really have a big fan base and stuff, and so they're gonna be like, if that was me, I would be so intimidated playing against like Technoblade.
Oh yeah,
you know,
100%.
especially when
we're talking about Yellow Yaks, right?
Yes.
Which is the outside box people.
Yeah.
I think they're honestly just in because I think they're sponsored by Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that. But if it is, then that just probably means that just probably means that like they're more like sponsored and you get more money towards charity and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it's that's why there's a lot more people. And Scott had said this before. He was like, most of the people aren't going to be the normal people just because one, the Twitch stuff, and then two, because it's a charity stream, they're going to want people who are going to bring in more money. And I feel like hence a reason Techno's in it, because his like they've already rose like I just saw the tweet. Hold on, it was like a ton of money like already. Like yesterday I looked and it was like $11,000 already. And it wasn't.
Last time I checked, it was 25,000.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yet.
It's literally insane. Like I know it's not just Techno's chat and stuff. Yeah, they've somehow donated over $20,000 already, and this was 7 hours ago.
The millionaires, I can't.
I know. I mean, so YouTube is going to be donating $100,000 for this.
That's nice.
And Techno's Reddit, they were all like, let's beat them. So basically, Techno's chat is trying to beat the 100K.
They probably will.
They probably will.
That sounds exactly like something Techno's chat would do.
Yeah. So they're trying to beat the 100K donated by YouTube. And a lot of people have been like, yeah, I've been saving up. I haven't really been buying anything for this because they wanted to be able to do it for this. And I see a lot of people who are like, hey, if you can't donate, like comment on this tweet and then I'll donate for you. And they're like, I'll donate 50 cents for every comment, whatever. And then they have hundreds of comments. So they're like donating all this money for other people who can't necessarily donate. Which is so like, yeah, I get it. Like if you don't like Techno, whatever. But like, come on, his community.
Yeah, I was just about to say I love this community so much. Like how everyone comes together at times like this.
Like, I get it. Like whatever, you're entitled to be like hurt by whatever anybody says. Like that's allowed. Like obviously, it's your feelings. Yeah. But in the end of the day, if you hate him that much, just look at it like, oh, well, at least he has rich people who are going to be donating a lot. And Techno even said that it's something with YouTube gaming that you can't, they wanted you to not do this to help with charity, whatever. And so then for channel members, I think it doesn't work. So then he's like, so basically I'm just going to be donating more than what I get for channel members to it just to like help it.
Yeah.
So I was like, Techno, you're amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this MCC. It's going to be weird not having Dream in it because I have watched Dream's POV every single time since I started watching MCC. But Technoblade's a good substitute. Techno and Dream were practicing yesterday together on the practice server, which I thought was cute. But yeah, so I'm excited. We have like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Can't wait.
Yep. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to talk about? Anything you really want to come out of the lore soon or anything? Anything you're excited about?
What I've wanted for a long time was for Dream to get out of prison.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings up another question, though, because we all know it's going to happen soon. He's going to get out. But the question is then, what's he going to do once he's out? Like,
oh, most definitely go probably directly to Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Probably get back at Puns.
Possibly.
I've seen a bunch of theories that said he might join the syndicate.
I could see. So basically, I'm trying to think because I'm pretty sure we all figured it out with the Ender Pearl stasis chamber, and I think that's why they couldn't do it because I think like Philza had something come up so he couldn't be on, or Sam had something or something, you know, something like that. Obviously, I mean that's what they said. Somebody had something come up so they couldn't do what they were planning. I'm pretty sure the Ender Pearl, the stasis chamber, is how they're gonna get out, or at least
that's kind of not on.
Yes, at least Techno. I think that's how Techno's gonna get out.
Almost definitely.
But I'm trying to think of how they get Dream out, and then I don't know, because like I feel like Techno might hide Dream at where they live.
Maybe, but there's also so many plot holes that they haven't like talked about in so long.
Yeah.
Like they were alluding that Rambo blew up the prison when Tommy was in there, but like it was never confirmed.
Yeah.
So like unless like they're gonna talk about it when Dream gets out of prison, and he's like talking. Rambo's like, "Oh, hey, thank you for doing that." So, Tommy can stay in the prison and stuff, and then Rambo goes into a spiral thing again.
I don't know. Yeah, they do have a lot of plot holes when you really think about it like that. Like we have no idea. I'm hoping that they're just trying to find a way to like connect it all still. You know?
Yeah.
Because
that is what they said. They said that they're currently working on like putting everything together.
Yeah.
Especially since the end of the egg is coming. The egg lore is finishing.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah.
Which you can already see because they did lore earlier with Aunt Frost and Bad, and like them like saying, why did we do all this stuff, and like apologizing and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I know a lot of people are complaining because it takes so long, and I get that. But like these guys are really like trying to write this well, and I feel like they have a lot of pressure to make it good too. You know.
Exactly.
So like they can't just do like Quackity was talking in his alt stream a little while ago. They can't just do all this improv lore all the time anymore, because there's so many other stories. Because he gave the example like, well, what if I go into prison and I killed Dream and then that's it, he's dead, but then like Tommy had plans the next day to go into the prison and talk to Dream, you know? But then he's already dead, so you can't do anything. So it's like hard because they have to like coordinate with each other while like writing their own lore. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just difficult and takes a while, but like TV shows take 6 months, over 6 months to write a new season. So it's like
exactly.
It sucks.
That's like with professional writers and stuff.
And like these guys are just streamers who don't have professional like history.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited.
Same. I also hope they talk about what is it called? The Skeppy, because we do know that Skeppy lost a canon life before the Red Banquet.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything else, you know? Like that's it. And I hope that they talk about, especially with that ending, like I don't know what that was. I think that was like a dream or something. Like Bad's dream after Skeppy died at Big Daddy Island.
Yeah, no, and I like why was Skeppy so corrupted by the egg? Because he was blue? Like, I don't know. I'm hoping.
I remember the last thing the egg, why Skeppy was part of the egg is because Bad was already corrupted. And Skeppy was more like, hey, snap out of it and sacrifice him.
Yeah.
So that, to save Bad.
But and then didn't Bad lose a canon life too from that? Because aren't they like connected?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bad made it canon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things now that I'm like looking back at it, like
There's so many things I want them. Yeah, I want them to clarify. There's so many things.
I would love to like have one of them on the podcast and we could be like, hey, can you clarify this? Hey, could you talk about this? I don't know.
Yeah,
just because like
amazing.
I feel like if they had like a fan, like some fans or like a fan or somebody like talking to them, and then they can like clear some stuff that might not have been understood by us, you know?
Yeah.
And like obviously if they're working on something they can just be like, oh, that's, I'm not going to tell you that yet, but like just so then they can like just close something, because back when like Rambo and Tubbo were, Rambo and Tubbo were talking, the thing we were talking about earlier, like Rambo Tubbo confirmed that he has like scars all over his body and stuff, which I loved that he like, I like when they take things from the fan art and like put it into canon. I love them. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I would love for
for them to do an interview to like clear some stuff up would be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But if there's nothing else, I think that's going to be it for this episode. It was a lot shorter because we are trying to film closer between. And yeah, so we had Danny and, is it Ninnotix or Nita? Which one would you like, Nino or Ninnotix?
I really don't mind, just Nino's.
Nino and Danny for this episode. So thank you guys for coming. We'll see you next week, maybe. We'll see how much stuff happens this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys.